Okay, grade 9. So we are going to continue with our combining like terms today. I'm going to do a quick recap, and then you're going to be working on a worksheet today. And then when I get back tomorrow, we'll move on. Okay, if you weren't here, okay, you need to be making sure that you're asking questions and that you're really paying attention to this. Plus, we had a long weekend, or we had a weekend, not long, but so we all might need a little bit of a recap. Okay, so you're either going to get your highlighters, okay, and again, if you're using my mid-liner highlighters, you must make sure that you are taking the utmost care of them and you will give them back to me, or we can do shapes and things like that. So I'm going to use my highlighters today. Okay, so when it says simplify, because your worksheet's going to ask you to do the same thing, we need to be making sure that we're looking for the same gangs. Okay, so I just want you to follow along here. You're not looking in your booklet at all. You're just paying attention up here at this time. Okay, so remember when if it says simplify, so I'm going to see, okay, the first term is a 2D. So I'm going to highlight that. And then I need to look for everything else that's just a D gang, and there's no little letter on the D's anymore. So I look to the next one. Well, that's D squared. That's not the same. Next one, D squared. That's the same. The next one is a D on its own. So that's one that has... okay, just a D, so I'm going to make sure I highlight the 2 and that -5, and I'll put like a little highlight over here. Then I'm going to get a different highlighter, and I'm going to look for the other gangs. So here I have a 3D squared, so I'm looking for the D squared gang. Okay, so I see here that I have another D squared right here, but there's no number in front of that. But if we don't see number in front of that, don't forget to put your phantom ones that are going to go there. Okay, and I'm going to put a side here. So then I'm going to take out my calculator, and I'm going to look. Well, I have 2D, and I'm going to take away 5 of those. So 2 minus 5, I get -3D. Okay, then I'm going to go back. I'm going to cross these ones out because I'm done with them. I'm going to go back and look back at my blues. So I see that I have a -3D squared here, and I have a +1D squared. So I'm going to take out my calculator. I'm going to go -3 plus 1. That means that I have -2. Okay, and then those ones are D squares. This here is my final answer. I can't add these anymore because the D's and the D squareds don't hang out. So that's my final answer for simplifying. Okay. I'm going to do one more review with you here. Let's do this long one, this F, because it looks like it's got lots, so I might have to use different colors. So I'm looking at the very first one. I'm going to take a highlighter. The very first one I'm going to highlight, that's an M squared N. Okay, so I need to look for M squared N's to see if there's any more that are exactly like this. Okay, the next one has an M N squared, but nope, that's not the same. I want 2 M's. So I look at the very end, I see this one. There's an M squared N. I see that those are the same. The numbers in front are different, but that's okay. So my highlighter over here, that's M squared N. If I want to take out my calculator and then do this right off the bat, then that's good too. So I have 2, +2, -7. That means I have -5, M squared N. Okay. Then I'm going to take another highlighter, another different color. So I have -3 is my next one, M N squared. So I'm going to look to see if I have M and N squared. I see this one is the same, M N squared. Put a little highlight over here. Okay, and I see that I have -3, it's the number in front, -4. -3 minus 4 is a -7 M N squared. Okay, and then I have one more. I'm going to choose a green highlight here. So here I have M N, and I need to remember that there's no number in front, so that means that there's going to be a 1 there. And then my other one, I see that here I have an MN. Let's make this a little smaller. So it's going to go here. I see that I have positive 1 minus 4. That means I should have negative 3 MN. I'm all done because there's nothing else there. And then this is my final answer. Okay, so make sure that you're using your highlighters, but if you want to use your different box method, underlining methods, anything like that, you're doing so. Okay, so what the substitute teacher is going to be handing out another worksheet for you. It has some instructions on there. I'm going to see how your Spanish is actually. Each question is going to have asking you to solve for something different, and then you're going to circle whatever one you think is correct. Each one's going to have a different letter, okay? And whatever that letter is, you're going to fill it out in the back page. But please make sure you're highlighting in circle and making sure that you're joining gangs that only get along with each other. So remember that x squared is not the same as x. These guys do not play well together. Okay, I cannot add those ones together. For me to add them, they have to both be x squares. They like each other. Okay, or a squares, d squares, anything like that. Okay, you're going to be doing this worksheet. Okay, and you need to be making sure that you're showing work on the worksheet. Okay, you're going to complete it. The substitute's going to have an answer key. You're going to check your answer and they're going to make sure that there's work on that sheet. When you are finished, if you did not finish this homework on page 8 in your booklet, you need to go back and also complete that. Then you can have free time. Okay, free time is not on your phones. It's not flinging things with the fidgets. It is making sure that we are either playing a game or coloring or so on and so forth, or working with other work like LA, social, anything like that. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow. Make sure you grab some highlighters and